Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Welcome to the live show here for what is it today? The 24th of April, 2020, live from Creston, British Columbia here in good old Canada. And it's nice to have you popping in to see me. Lots to talk about, lots going on. What a month. Unbelievable. Nice to have you. Welcome to the TWB family. And thank you for joining me again for another live episode. I think 44 of you are here watching now, 62 watching. Fantastic. I wanted to say thank you again to all of you who were here last week and the week before, because I have been begging you guys to give this show thumbs ups while I'm on the air. And I asked, I think a couple of weeks ago, if we could hit 100 during the show. We did. The next week, I came out and said, do you think we could hit, was it 200 or something? And we did. And I think last week, I asked for 250, and we were at 300 when I got off the air. It was unbelievable. So again, thank you, all of you out there. If you can spare a thumbs up for this show, that'll kickstart the analytics computers over at YouTube in wherever it is, San Francisco somewhere. And we'll get even more joiners. So again, thank you for all of you hitting me with thumbs ups. I can't tell you how many thumbs ups I have going at any one time, because it doesn't show here on all of the electronics I'm looking at, which is kind of crazy. You'd think I'd be able to see it, but if any of you keep me posted, let me know when we get the first 100 through. That would be great. And if we can hit 150 or 200, let me know when we hit these kind of milestones, because it just gets me all fired up. And again, thank you for joining me. We love talking about cruise ships here, cruise news, what's going on with the cruise lines, the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything in between. And there's been a lot going on, to say the very, very least. I got to tell you that in the last 2 weeks, this channel has had more views consistently coming through, and I've made less money. Because the good folks at YouTube have decided that any YouTuber that dares mention the virus, any YouTuber that wants to talk about that topic, we will not monetize your work whatsoever. I am really upset about it, but there's not much I can do about it. But I think the mentality at YouTube headquarters is something along the lines of, there are conspiracy theorists out there, many, who have conspiracy theories about every topic known to man, like, is apple pie really apple pie? And there are folks out there who are convinced that this virus is just a plot, and it's just a way to get even, and who knows? I mean, it runs the gamut. It's just anyway. YouTube is not interested in rewarding anyone to do that kind of content. I agree. I think conspiracy people, conspiracists, I don't even know if there's a word like that, should not be encouraged and financially rewarded for spewing stupid theoretical theories. But I think that if a YouTuber out of Creston, British Columbia, that's me, okay? A YouTuber out of Creston, British Columbia, talks about a topic that is dominating CNN, Fox, MSNBC, NBC, CBS, ABC News, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the LA Times, the Denver Post. I mean, you name the publication, you name what local TV station in your hometown is not talking about the virus. If a YouTuber is covering that, and since I'm a cruise ship kind of YouTuber, cruise ship following YouTuber, I should be covering this story for my cruise addicts out there, which you are, and I am. And you know what? If you watch CNN tonight or any television network, I don't care which one it is, you watch any TV network and you see a story about this virus, you tell me, how many times have you seen ads on these channels for celebrity cruise lines, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Viking Ocean Cruises, river cruising in Europe? You tell me that there aren't cruise ship commercials all over the airwaves right now trying to promote their business because, they're under a little bit of pressure right now. And here I am in little old Creston, British Columbia, trying to let you folks know what the heck is going on out there and put in my 2 bits worth. And I'm answering as many questions as I can from a lot of you who are asking me, what do you think, Bruce? I can't get monetization for a single video that I make that mentions the virus. Get zero money, zip. So I had a video last week that went really well for this channel. It has 150,000 views. Now on this channel, when I break 20,000 views, I kind of go, all right, I got 20,000 views on a video. Yay. Casey Neistat goes, 15 seconds. I don't get 20,000 videos. I'm doing something wrong. And this world where I am with my 43,000 subscribers, if I get a video doing 25 or more thousand and 150,000 on videos, if I got 150,000 views on a video, I'm a happy guy. I made, I think I got $90 for that video. I should have been paid, $800. Just, ballpark. $90. Yeah. And now nothing. Like for the last 4 days, zero. Just crickets. People are watching the video, commenting on the video. And what's interesting is the video I made today. I did a video this morning, and if you get a chance to watch it, please do. It was demonetized in 15 minutes. It lasted 15 minutes before the artificial intelligence computer, shut it off. And I then got messages from YouTube saying, congratulations, Bruce, your video is 500% more active than your usual numbers for your videos. And you've got much higher interest from your subscribers. And you've got much more interest coming from followers who people are discovering your thumbnail and they must like your topic that you're doing, and they engage with the video and they're giving you approvals and they're commenting. And I'm going, yeah, that's right. It's all good. I'm getting subscribers, watch minutes, lots of views, and no money. I'm working for free. Thank you, YouTube. It's been like this now for 3 weeks, and I can't not talk about this topic. What am I supposed to do? Talk to you folks about new costumes for Disney characters on a Disney Cruise Line, maybe, because I think there might be something new. What am I supposed to talk about? This is the story: the virus and Japan, now South Korea, Italy, Iran. I'm supposed to tell you folks what's going on because you need to know whether or not you should be booking a cruise going forward. I kind of think you're kind of counting on me for that sort of information. But YouTube just over their heads. There's no one I can talk to. There's no phone number. There's no email address. Nada. I'm all by myself out here in Creston, Canada, Creston, British Columbia in Canada, following this story night and day, trying to keep you folks posted and updated what's happening, and no support from my social media provider. To me, I think YouTube is cutting off its nose to spite its face, because this story could generate a lot of ad interest, because this is what people want to know about. It's not suitable for children. I've labeled my videos not suitable for children. It's not offensive. Don't glorify it. I'm just trying to bring you the news. But what can I say? It used to be a lot easier. It's not that easy anymore. Someone once told me, and that's just the way it is. Welcome to TWB Traveling with Bruce. I appreciate all of you who are here. I just finished my pregame show. I do a show every Monday at 7 o'clock, 1 hour before this show, for sponsor members of this channel. And that is one way for me to combat the lack of advertising, is to have viewers like you, some of you out there who have become sponsor members of this channel, paying a monthly fee to become a sponsor member. And for that, one, you get that nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. You're keeping a YouTuber on the air that's working his tail off. Number two, you get to join that YouTuber at 7 o'clock Monday nights for an exclusive 1 hour hangout, where we can talk about anything you want. And I occasionally will pop up videos just for sponsor members, and we have a lot of fun. And if you'd like to become one, I would love it if you would. If you consider it, I would be so honored. And to become a member of this channel, become a sponsor member, you hit the join button, which should be below here on laptops and on most devices. Otherwise, you go to my About page, and I think there's a link there. and you can become a sponsor member of this channel. Thank you for that. Sorry. And again, thank you to, of course, I thank YouTube for airing advertisements on most of my other videos, because every time you folks see a commercial or watch 30 seconds of it, I earn a half a penny or whatever the heck it is. And it all adds up. So thank you everybody for that. This full timer appreciates it. You wonder if you're wondering, are any of you out there wondering what this is behind me back here? Have you noticed my shirt today? By the way, hang on here. See this logo? Now, take a look at this thing behind me right here. It's got the same logo on it. Any idea what you think that is? Anybody want to take a wild guess what that actually is and what it does? I uploaded on Instagram today. Jennifer helped me upload on Instagram today this little message. We showed me holding this unit. On the back is a full-blown logo of TWB. On the front is a logo, but you notice there's something in the front. There's contours. There's a hole here, and then there's this thing here. And if you look at the top, you'll notice that there's this slot cut out of the top of the thing here, and there's this logo here. And if I hold it this way, you'll see there's a hole down here, and there's a hole at the bottom down here. I don't know if you can see that very well. Any idea what this does? I'd love to get your guesses. I'm going to show you what this does. This is a pretty cool machine. This is handmade here in Creston out of real Canadian wood, and made by a craftsman here in Creston. Name is Marshall. Great guy. And he put this together for me, put this logo on it. And we're going to be offering these to viewers like you, and it's going to help support my channel. But it actually has a function, and I will show you a little later. I'd be kind of curious to see if any of you have guesses as to what you think it is. You can let me know. I'll do my best to try to read these. In the meantime, I wanted to quickly, before I get to some more news on what's going on out there, just say hi, how are you, to a couple of real loyal followers to this channel. I keep getting envelopes in the mail all the time from Saginaw, Michigan, from Kenneth Kareka and Janet Kareka. They are sending me all kinds of flyers as to what's going on in Saginaw, Michigan. I can't keep up with them all. It's unbelievable. But they sent me a Valentine's Day card. I've had this for a couple of weeks, folks. I'm behind. And I just wanted to read this quickly. They say Saginaw, Michigan, gas is $2.53 a gallon, because I keep wanting to know what's gas priced at your neighborhood. Is it going up or down? They tell me that it was 37 degrees, small piles of snow everywhere. Hi there, Bruce, Jen, and TWB family. Ken and Janet booked on the NCL Sun to Alaska. Hi, Bruce. We'll write more next time. We love your updates and Monday night show. Rose misses your trivia. She is an excellent travel agent. Winter is beautiful here. Lots of fresh air, and it helps to dress in layers. We liked your road trip video. Let's see, we travel a lot. We had dinner on the NCL Jade in the spring with Peters from Calgary. Your people will have an amazing cruise. Pack light, get in Speedo shape. She's talking about my group cruise coming up. All the usual reminders, and night. Bye for now. I love your T-shirts. And she wrote me this wonderful note. Thank you so much. And then 2 days later, a box arrives. And let me just say, I'll just quickly show it to you. A box arrives. Okay, it's big. And inside the box is this. I have not opened this. This is being opened live on the air for the very first time in front of all of you. You're witnessing with me. What's in here? I have no idea. I'm not kidding. Okay, I see here something about America's shopping destinations, some kind of a brochure from the Karekas. January the 30th, this was written. The best part of cruising is planning. Love your channel. Hello from Janet and Ken, Gas 218. Wishing you all fair winds and calm seas. Thank you so much. It's the Birch Run Premium Outlets brochure here with all of the different stores. I tell you, I get more brochures from these two guys. I gotta go to Saginaw, Michigan, see what's going on over there. There's lots happening. Let me just take a peek in here. All right. There's a couple things that are gift wrap. Sorry, I don't want to hide anything from you, but let me pull this first one out here. What this is, and I got to hold the rest on my lap here because I don't have a table. All right, let's see what this is. I'll unwrap this on the air. Oh, it looks like a cup. It's a cup. It's more than a cup. It's like a glass. Oh my goodness, there are all kinds of chocolates in here. There's all kinds of chocolates inside. It's a cup from Norwegian Cruise Lines. Look at that. Freestyle cruising. How about that? Thank you, guys. And in here is a another directory shopping in the second. And then in here, look at this. Can you see the chocolates in here? All of them. Look at this. I don't know if I can show this off to you properly. There's just a ton of chocolates here. This is awesome. Thank you, guys. That's one. I think there's another one. Hang on. This is so exciting. The unboxing reveal on TWB. Here we go. Let's see now. They've wrapped it. It's another one. It's the second one. This one is the same color, but it's got the writing in white. Norwegian Cruise Line with, again, more chocolates. There we go. Like some Dove. Ooh, I got it. Looks like I got some Hershey Kisses here. Fantastic. Oh, thank you guys so much. Jennifer's gonna love this. She's the chocophobe. She a chocoholic, not chocophobe. She loves chocolate. There, we'll talk about that. The lighting isn't so great. It's very bright, but thank you guys for both of those. And then what else we got here? We got a Majesty Cruise Line bag tag from Majesty Cruise Line. Very nice. That's very nice. And then we have, what do we got here? One more chocolate. And the last item, oh, something from Costa. Looks like an ashtray from Costa Cruise Lines. Thank you. I'll use that for knickknacks and paddywhacks and whatever. I'll put some stuff into that. I'll make use of these. Thank you, you guys, so much for sending Jennifer and I these little treats. I'll pick up these chocolates off the floor in a bit. Some of them fell down. Awful nice of you. Thank you again. By the way, thank you again for all of you out there who are giving me thumbs ups tonight. We have 235 of you here right now live. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Let's get this channel over 300 tonight while we're on the air. That would be absolutely fabulous. Somebody let me know, how many thumbs ups have we got now? Are we anywhere near 100 already? I would love to do that. In the meantime, cheers to all of you from Traveling with Bruce here in Creston, British Columbia, for all of your support and coming by Monday to spend some time with me. 113 Donnell says, thank you. We got 113 thumbs ups. Keep them coming, guys. We want to hit 300 tonight. Absolutely wonderful. Love it. All right. Now, let's solve this mystery. Okay. What is this thing right here that Bruce has sitting here? Anybody want to take a wild stab at what this is? Again, I'll show this off to you. It's made of solid wood, and I mean it. I mean, this is solid wood. I don't know if you can see this, handcrafted by J. Marshall Thompson. Marshall's a buddy of ours, a friend of ours, who's a friend of our channel. He lives here in Creston. On the back, he put on this beautiful logo on top of this wood. And then on the front, he has put the logo together here so that you look at it. You can see the logo kind of. It's pretty cool. Here's a big hole here, and there's a square opening here. And anybody have an idea what this might be all about? We have 139 thumbs ups to you guys. Thank you so much. We're on our way. Phone speaker. Not a bad idea. That could be it right there. Phone charger. Not a phone charger. No, there's no plug or anything like that. So nothing like that. Somebody was wondering, do it yourself wine taster and cup and coaster. Some people thought it was playing cards and chips, poker chips, if you're here. Yeah, it could be all of those different things, but I'll show you exactly what this does. Let me grab my iPhone because it needs a phone. And those of you who said something to do with the phone, you're on the right track. If I go to my telephone and I go to a YouTuber that we all know and love, which is me, I go to my own channel here. I can show you something that is kind of cool. Let me pop up here. Where is that video I was just talking about? Here we go. Here's the video that I've got 156,000 views on now, with 1,500 comments, 4,900 thumbs ups, and 190 thumbs downs. That's pretty high percentage likability right there. Here goes the video, and it's running. Listen to this.
Traveling with Bruce. I have an update for you out of
Can you hear
Yokohama,
that?
Japan, regarding the.
Hang on. And of course, you touch your own screen on your phone. You know what happens? You touch your own screen on your own phone, you screw it up. Here we go again.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? It's Bruce here.
Let me get back to the one I wanted. Here we go.
Hey everybody, it's Bruce here
we
with
go.
Traveling with Bruce. I have an update for you out of Yokohama, Japan regarding the Diamond
And
Princess.
I don't know
Apparently,
if you'll hear this
complete
properly or
chaos
not.
on board the ship with respect to
It doesn't catch the phone.
Thank you for subscribing to my channel, giving
Here's
this
the
video a
phone
nice thumbs up.
without the
Really
speaker.
appreciate your comments as well. Also, thank you for subscribing to my Facebook group page.
Here it is with.
Also joining the Instagram Traveling with Bruce page.
It's unbelievable. The difference is hard. It might be hard for you to detect from where you are, but you put this in your kitchen, in your dining room, in your office, on your deck at home. Take your phone, turn on your favorite music, whatever you like to listen to, or Traveling with Bruce if you want to hear my voice. And slide that in there. It can hold, this is an iPhone 7. This can hold all the way up to an 11 Pro easy. It's a lot of room for that. The sound usually comes out of the bottom of your phone down here. And what happens is that the sound travels through the wooden box here and comes out the sound travels through the wooden box here. Comes out along the bottom here, out of this hole, which is the speaker area, which is not a speaker. It's just an amplification. It's like a little amphitheater, really. But you can see down here on the top here, there's where your sound goes from your phone. And then it comes out here. If I can, there it is. There's the hole right there. And it just gets amplified out in the open. And if you put this across the room and someone just holds your phone and you listen to your music and then puts the phone in here, unbelievable difference. It's just amazing. And because it's made of solid wood, it has this resonating effect, like an amplification effect. It just blares out the music. It's fantastic. Anyway, Marshall was kind enough to make me a prototype. He wanted to do something with a logo on it for me, and I thought this is pretty cool stuff. So I was really impressed. I was really pleased that they took the time to do it, and I appreciate it very much. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see here what we got here. Oh yeah, we have a couple of comments coming in from some trolls. So I just want to say goodbye to these people in a certain way, by just hiding them from this channel. And thank you very much. 150 thumbs ups. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, pretty cool. With this microphone that I have here, I have to sit right in front of it for it to work. Whereas off the computer microphone, it picks up all the room's noises other than my voice. Probably sound a little bit better, but anyway, it's pretty cool. So we're pretty neat. We're pretty happy about it. Anyway, what we're thinking of doing is I'm going to in the next week or two figure out how we can offer these. We're thinking of offering these up for anybody who would like one with a TWB logo on it, and we'll figure out shipping and everything. But we're kind of scheming that what we might do is just offer it for sale, sort of on a per order basis. And if I get 5 or 6 orders for them, I'll have Marshall make 5 or 6 more, and then I'll drive them across the U.S. border and mail them from there to my I'm anticipating most of my viewers are USA based. This is where they're going to end up going, and we'll set something up. So if you'd like one, that'd be great. Keep an eye on the channel. We'll promote these in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, so there you go. And I'm quite excited. 157 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate these thumbs ups taking us to 300 today. That would be absolutely wonderful. All right. So as I said earlier tonight, the coronavirus thing is just unbelievable. First of all, from YouTube's angle, where they just shut us down. But number two, like I said in my video today, if you haven't had a chance to see it, I did a video today where I immediately told the world, this is my personal opinion. This is my take on it. This is not official. This is just Bruce speculating as to what might happen going forward. And what I'm seeing right now regarding how in reality in Asia, there were 21 ships in Asia servicing the Asia cruise market through China, Japan, South Korea, Indonesia, Vietnam, Taiwan, Singapore, all of these countries and more. And The Diamond Princess cruise ship had several cases of the virus show, and it was in reality the only ship with actual confirmed cases on board. There was a panic in Hong Kong for a while. The Genting, I believe, the World Dream cruise ship was held up in quarantine in Hong Kong for about 4 or 5 days. Testing was done on virtually everybody. No cases were found. People were let loose to go. Even crew was tested. Nobody had the virus. The Holland America Westerdam. This ship was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Had picked up 800 passengers in Hong Kong. They had tested people for symptoms before they let them on the ship. And it turned out to be a big no-no because no country after Taiwan, only Taiwan would let the ship in to stop. And there were 5 other countries that denied the Holland America berthing rights. And they couldn't go to China. Couldn't go to Japan because they had the Diamond Princess there. Couldn't go to Manila in the Philippines. It could not go to Vietnam. The ship eventually made its way to Cambodia. They let the passengers off after they did a quick test on them. No cases, and it was about 2 days after or so the ship docked that an 83-year-old American woman was running a bit of a fever. She had flown to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, I believe it was, and they did a test on her, and they determined that she had coronavirus. And panic ensued. I mean, panic. Every passenger who was on that ship, whether they were still on the ship or on their way home, ran into problems like you cannot believe. Further testing a week later now, this woman has constantly been monitored in a hospital with her husband, who didn't have this at all. She doesn't have it. A surprise. She doesn't have the virus at all. And so coming back now to the Westernam, the Holland America Westernam has got 0 cases of coronavirus on it, as far as I know, as of today. Now, if something's changed last 20 minutes, hour or two, forgive me. But as of this morning, there was nothing. But the damage was done to the cruise line industry. All 21 cruise ships working in the Asia area are not in business anymore in Asia. They're totally out of business. And Japan won't allow any cruise ships in right now because they've got this nightmare on their hands with the Diamond Princess. And I understand their dilemma. I totally get it. And we can all be armchair quarterbacks here and talk about what they should have done, what they shouldn't have done. Well, you try and tell Japanese authorities 2.5 weeks ago what to do and what was going to happen in the next 2 weeks. They'd looked at you and go, how do you know? No one knows. So this is all new to us. And so we know what's happened with the Diamond Princess passengers, how they've been evacuated out if they could be, or they're in hospitals, including David Abel and his wife, Sally, who I wish the best for. I watched their son on David's YouTube channel, trying to keep up with what's going on, and they're in hospital in Tokyo now. They're hopefully going to be better. They're apparently doing okay from what we're hearing, and I'm crossing my fingers, and I think we all are, that they're going to be all right. But the damage was done to the cruise business, where basically all 21 cruise ships either had to get out or be out of business entirely. I mean, just not be in business. And this is what's happening in the cruise world. It's really unreal. Now, a number of the ships have gone to Australia, New Zealand. Some are coming back to North America. Others are just being docked in Asia. I think the Costa company, Costa, which is owned by Carnival, I think there are 4 ships that are co-owned by Carnival and the Chinese partners, and those ships are for the China market, and that's it. Those ships have been refurbished for China. Everything, the slot machines, the signage on board. You can't bring that ship to Alaska and sail in Alaska right now. Cannot do it. It's got to stay. It's got to stay in China, and that's all there is. And so MSC and others have all been affected with this, and it is really concerning. In any event, the reality is that we now know that cases have shown up of the virus in South Korea. Surprisingly, a high number. Last I heard it was 800 within like 3 days with deaths. cases have shown up in Iran, of all places. The Iranians are in effect being sanctioned by the USA and other countries, and are not able to fly planes to European and Western countries. The one country, however, that is allowing Iran to come and go frequently is China. China was one of those countries that would not sign on to the world nations sort of directive condemning them and all that sort of stuff. And China has been doing business with Iran quietly, wide open all along. And of course, it drives certain countries up the wall. But the reality is, all of a sudden, in the last week and a half, the news has started to leak out of very controlled Iran that there are deaths in Iran from the virus. Not that people have it. There are deaths, which means people have had it for a while. And I've heard 7 to 10 people have passed away in Iran. If that's true, that would mean upwards of 1,000 people have got the virus. But Iran is saying only 50 have it. That cannot be true. I've heard a report to this morning, I don't know how accurate it is, but that there have actually been 50 people who've perished in Iran. If that's the case, we're talking 2,000 to 5,000 cases or more in Iran, maybe much more than that. And so I can't tell you how real the media is in Iran. I can only tell you this: it's state-run, state-controlled, and any country that controls its media like that, as far as I'm concerned, you don't trust it worth a hill of beans. Same with North Korean media and China media. Forget about it. Whatever they tell you, take it with a grain of salt. Without independent corroboration, you'll never know. As bad as that is, and that's bad, it's gotten really bad in the last 24, 48 hours. Italy. We now have heard in the last 2 days, just over the weekend, that about 10 villages in northern Italy are being quarantined, and movement through those towns, in those towns, has been restricted. There have been deaths in this area already registered, and a high number of cases of the virus. And to me, this is the firewall. This is the last stand for containing it, because I can understand how Iran has got problems, because they have a fairly good medical system, generally speaking, but they're under such restrictions for the acquisition of pharmaceuticals that I can see a breakout causing havoc in Iran. South Korea, I kind of get it, because their proximity to China, the travel between China, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, Hong Kong, that whole area, and the close proximity of millions of people living very near to each other. Yeah, I can see how in South Korea it could spread. Japan, yeah, they have their own unique situation with, of course, the cruise ship cruise ship numbers over 600 and something now. Plus, there were 30 others in Japan already with the virus. Yeah, I can see that close proximity, all of that. But Italy, if this gets out, and I worry and I fear it's already too late. The story goes that they're trying to figure out the so-called source of the virus in northern Italy, and what they're trying to find, there's the so-called the person called the ground zero person. They're trying to find the first person who was identified who had it, and then figure out who that person came into contact to get it. And the speculation is that people in Italy have been getting people in northern Italy have been exposed to travelers through the international airport in Milan, which you can go anywhere in the world from Milan. And weeks ago, people were in contact with people who had the virus, who didn't know they had it, who didn't know that they were getting it, and didn't know that they were now infecting all of their family members in Italy as well. Because if you don't know you have the virus and you feel fine, you go about your daily business. And your daily business might be going to the office every day, going grocery shopping a couple of times a week, buying gas at the gas station, going to the library, visiting friends, going out for dinner in a restaurant with 50 other people. You don't know. You don't think you have anything wrong with you, and yet you are inhaling and exhaling and sneezing and whatever. And maybe every day you're infecting somebody or 2 or 5. You don't know. And now they're doing the same thing because it just continues on exponentially. If this gets out of Italy and gets to the point where they have to quarantine Venice or Milan or Rome or Naples or Genoa, I can tell you right now, the cruise business is done for the summer in the Mediterranean, right there. Italy's airports will be shut down quicker than you can just blink. Italy will become Hong Kong. It'll become Beijing. It'll become China. It'll be shut down. Seoul, South Korea is the one I wonder about as well. I worry about it. If this spreads into Seoul, and I think it will, the airport in Seoul could be shut down. Tokyo could be shut down. The Olympics, forget about it. They'll have to postpone them for a year or cancel them outright. I have no idea what's going to happen. Cruising in the Mediterranean might be shut down within a month. It won't even start. The season won't even begin. We may have a scenario where if cases begin to appear in Austria, Switzerland, which are neighbors of Italy. By the way, Austria has already forbid trains from crossing the border. They're already shutting it off. We could have cases in France, Spain, Portugal, Germany, Poland, Belgium, Denmark. The whole area could all be infected here. By the way, 178 thumbs ups. Thank you guys. We're approaching 200. I really appreciate the thumbs ups tonight. I really do. Sorry. I hate asking for thumbs ups on such a depressing topic, but I'm just trying to get momentum for the channel. Here's a map of Europe. It's not a great map, but it's a map nonetheless. You can see the boot of Italy. Look at where it's located in Europe. It is the central part of Europe as far as where it's geographically located. Just the infections are spreading to the north of Europe, north of Italy, which means that's on the mainland. It is right, beside France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia, and then just north of Austria is Czechoslovakia or the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Then there's Poland, Germany. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm not even sure how old this map is. This might be a very old map, but it's an absolute nightmare. And we're talking 500 miles distance from Italy to France and Belgium and Netherlands and towards Europe and in the UK. And I'm telling you, folks, I've had people ask me, Bruce, should I go on a cruise? I'm booked on a cruise out of here, out of there, wherever I'm going. And my answer has generally been, if the airlines are running, you should be all right. If the airlines are not running, you want to avoid. So right now, if you've got a cruise that's supposed to start in Hong Kong, you're not going on a cruise. You can't get in and out of Hong Kong right now. All cruises have been canceled. As soon as the airlines canceled all their services to Shanghai and Beijing, to Macau, in and out of those cruises were all canceled. And if they start canceling flights in and out of northern Italy, like Milan, I can tell you that the chain reaction, it'll be dominoes. It'll just be dominoes. Every city in Italy will follow quickly. This is not going to stop. I'm telling you that people who've been traveling in and out and through northern Italy for the last 2-3 weeks have spread out unknowingly, visiting friends and family and business associates, doing deliveries, just living life. And Venice gets shut down. That airport will go down. The high-speed rail will be shut down in all of Italy quickly. And that means high-speed rail going through Italy from Switzerland to Austria, that won't be in service anymore. And if pockets of infection show up in other spots, all of Europe will shut down. And I am fearful that that's going to happen. I really am. The stock market today, for the first time, the stock market woke the hell up to reality. The Wall Street gang, I know I used to be a stockbroker. I used to be a branch manager of a brokerage firm, a VP, and I had 25 stockbrokers working for me, and I had to train these guys and girls on how to pay attention to what's happening in the planet rather than just the stock quotes. I would wake them up every morning with a reality check. Have you read today's paper? No, not the financial paper. Have you read the paper today? This is the 80s, okay? This is before the internet. Have you been listening to the newscasts? Are you on top of what's going on in the world? Today, if I were a branch manager in charge of 150 investment analysts, advisors, I would have been yelling at them for 3 weeks already, yelling at the top of my lungs and threatening people with their jobs, saying, look, if you're not going to pay attention to what's happening in the world, you don't deserve to be a financial advisor to your clients. Forget about the fact that the Dow is hitting a new high every week. Forget about that. That's all pretty and all, and we're all happy it's happening. But what can affect this stock market? And today, the New York Stock Exchange and the Amex and NASDAQ, they woke the hell up, as did Europe and Asia, to the fact that this coronavirus thing could be really bad. Yeah, like no kidding, Sherlock. It can be really bad. I'm still amazed that cargo ships are coming in and out of China. I'm shocked that they're still running. I can't believe cargo ships are going anywhere near Asia right now. I'm amazed that cargo aircraft is still running. I took a look at Flight Radar the other day. It's a website where you can see airplanes flying in the sky. Over China right now, there are planes coming and going, landing in Beijing and Shanghai and other cities with deliveries. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that goods and services are coming out of China right now, not knowing how long the shelf life of this virus is on any kind of surface of a cardboard box or a piece of wood like this or anything. No idea. I'm amazed, and yet China is on lockdown. 750 million people are being forbidden to travel in their own country. 750 million, double the population of the United States, have been on lockdown now for over 2 weeks, and I think it's going to get worse. I don't think it's getting better. I'm really I'm really worried about it. I'm very much worried about it. Cruise right now in the Caribbean. Safe bet, more than likely, because very few folks from China are coming into the U.S. right now. They can't come. They can't get out of their own country. Folks who are in hot spots are, more likely not able to come in. However, having said that, there could be a hot spot right now in downtown Paris, for all I know. There could be a hot spot in Frankfurt. There could be a hot spot in Berlin or in Hamburg or in London. I don't know. In 2 weeks, we'll find out what's going on. 330 people watching. Thank you for being here tonight. Traveling with Bruce here from Creston, British Columbia, Canada. Thank you for giving me thumbs ups tonight. We are over 200 now. Unbelievable. We're going for 300 thumbs ups on the live show. I really appreciate all of you who are here, and hit that thumbs up button and let's get us over 300 thumbs ups tonight. 212 last I saw from Kevin Sutherland. Thank you, Kevin, for letting me know. 218, Rob. Thank you. All right. So, folks, here's my advice to you. If you have a cruise booked anywhere or a vacation that you're thinking of taking, a summer vacation where you're going to fly to London and you want to go to Glasgow and Edinburgh and take a bus tour, whatever the holiday is, it's a cruise out of Copenhagen, it's a cruise out of through the Mediterranean, absolutely make sure you have travel insurance for not only medical, but also for cancellation. And the kind of cancellation that gives you the right to cancel for any reason insurance. Don't be sucked in with the cruise line saying, oh, we'll sell you a travel insurance. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. It's only if they cancel. Or it allows you to cancel, but under only like 5 reasons. Or the deductible is $1,000. You lose the first 1,000, and whatever you get, you get. You need to have travel insurance that gives you the right to cancel with like a week to go. I can just walk away from this whole deal and be compensated for the entire cost of this trip. You have to have that kind of insurance. You've got to talk to an insurance broker. Do not just take the word for it from a cruise line representative. You've got to contact your own personal insurance advisor, car insurance person, life insurance, home or apartment insurance, renter's insurance. Any of these folks, they're wonderful. They're extremely well trained. And if you don't like the lack of service, phone around. Find an insurance broker that can contact can deal with any insurance company out there rather than the company they work for. Because certain insurance company people, certain insurance sellers can only sell the product that their company reps, and they're not allowed to tell you, oh, you should go to so and so. Check at the internet for insurance providers and do some homework, because it could cost you thousands of dollars. You have to ask yourself this: if you're trying to protect a $4,000 holiday, a $6,000 holiday, an $8, a $10, a $12,000 holiday, and that can be done with a $200 to $400 policy of some kind, or an annual travel policy, which you might want to just buy. AMA, by the way, AAA, American Automobile Association. If you're a member of that, you might be able to get travel insurance through those guys. You have to look into this, because if it takes you 4 hours of work over a couple of days to make a few calls, do some internet, whatever, and get this protected, and it's a $10,000 trip, you just made $2,500 an hour of protection for yourself. That's what your time is worth. It's that serious. You cannot leave this to chance. There are folks in Asia who were in Asia a few weeks ago who wish they had this. There are folks right now who are thinking about going on a cruise, or already have booked cruises in Europe or elsewhere, and they can't buy insurance now. It's too late. They wish they had it. Those of you out there, you really have to think about this. This protection. You've got to do it, because, like I said, there could be, maybe the airline will let you cancel, but the cruise line won't, or the cruise line will, and the airline won't. The hotel won't. They might. I mean, you're just playing with fire here. Why are you guessing? Just get the insurance and be protected, especially on the medical side, because God forbid, something happens to you on a holiday, whether it's virus related or not, doesn't matter. You slip and fall and twist your ankle, or you fall down and shatter your elbow. Child of yours all of a sudden comes down with a fever, and we don't know what the heck is going on. You're looking at a $2,000 to $5,000 medical bill like that. There's no mercy. Absolutely no mercy that this happened to you or anyone else. This insurance policy, it's gold, absolute gold protection. You have to have it, especially if you're traveling internationally. You've got to have it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you can't afford it, you can't afford the trip. I'm telling you right now, if the trip is a $4,000 trip and you can't afford a couple $100 in insurance, you can't afford the $4,000 you just dropped on that trip. You shouldn't be going. So it is a priority. Absolute number one thing you got to do. Okay. I don't want to be a downer on this kind of topic. I don't want to depress you folks. I like talking about how much I love cruising and how much fun it is. But we've got to be grown-ups here. This virus doesn't care whether we love to cruise or not. Doesn't care where we're from. Doesn't care where we live. It's trying to survive in its own environment. Unfortunately, that environment is us, and we cannot give it any hope at all. Anyway, that is the gist of my video today. If you get a chance to check it out, I hope you give it a thumbs up. I'm not getting paid for it. Not getting paid for this show either. YouTube has already made sure that what I'm doing with talking about this topic is unmonetizable across the board, and so I'm just, I feel obligated that I have got to let you in on what I'm seeing, hearing, finding, and suspecting. Comment whatever your thoughts are on it. If you think I'm right on, great. If you think I'm way off, free country. Tell me what you think. But I see some pretty nasty trends. I did not know about Iran, South Korea, or Italy 5 days ago. Had no idea. And 5 days ago, I already had my suspicions. There could be more problems here. There could be more. I did not think that Italy would be a country that would have this. I didn't, not even in the wildest imagination, that I think that Italy would become Europe's number one center for the coronavirus. Who would have thought? I mean, you got to be kidding me. Villages in northern Italy? What the heck is that all about? I would have thought other countries in Europe would be first, but here we are. And so there you go. That's kind of where I'm at right now. AAA Handles Alliance. Ann Campbell is saying thank you, Ann, for that. Like I say, a lot of you are giving me good tips here. By the way, we just hit 250 likes. Says JRS. Thank you for that information. I really appreciate it. It's going worldwide, says Ange. Patricia is saying, I have travel insurance, but wonder if we wait for cancellation if Italy is shut down. Thanks, Bruce, from Susan. Thank you, Susan. William, is the virus going to kill the whole world? I don't know. I think that, I'm kind of hoping that what we have here is a very nasty flu. The kind of flu that can make you rather ill for a while. But if you're young enough and strong enough, you'll be able to you'll be able to fight it off. Similar to what we get all the time. We have friends and family members that we all know who have had at one time or another in their life a really bad flu. And they were sick for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but they fought their way through it. They went to their doctor and they got a shot of something, and they, or they were given some medication. I'm kind of hoping that that's what this is, but I don't know, because the mortality rate, it's unsettling. I do buy into the notion that if you are elderly and you have pre-existing conditions, your immune system is not as strong as it was when you were younger. I understand that heightens the odds of you having a real problem with this thing. And that is why cruise ship videos like mine and other channels, a lot of us who do cruise ship videos, we're talking about this topic. Why? Because the age of my viewership, as opposed to the YouTube channels that talk about video gaming all the time, the gamers are young. And they're going to survive it most likely. Very few will perish from it because I think they're young and strong. My viewers on my cruise ship channel, I have an older demographic, of course. I'm 64. I consider myself middle-aged, but people who see me go, yeah, you look like an old man. And friends of mine who know me very well say, you talk like an old man. You sound like an old man. But those who are 70s and 80s and 90s, they're certainly at risk, especially if they have other medical issues. And so it's going to be a nasty one for certain demographics. And boy, I'm just hoping that this will be all right. A message here, a comment from Eunice. I'm booked for a world cruise in 2021. Do you think travel will be safe by then? Eunice, I'm hoping so. I'm going to say this much to you about your cruise. You're going on a world cruise. I can guarantee you that your cruise line will not sail straight into an infection zone. They're not going to take you to where the virus is prevalent. So if in 2021 there's an island in the South Pacific where it's really bad, you're not going there. It might have been on your itinerary. You're not going there. They're going to take you to where it's the safest place to cruise. And they're also going to check you, of course, before the cruise and all of your fellow passengers and crew members that no one has the issue at all. So I think you're going to be all right. But I cannot honestly say how bad this is going to get overall. My coworker just returned to work from Malaysia and wasn't screened. What are your thoughts? Well, Malaysia is not a frontline situation, but I will say that there have been cases in Malaysia. There have been cases in Canada, and Canadians are allowed to fly to London, England, and get off the plane. No problem at all. Washington, D.C., you can fly to Mexico City and not be screened, but there are cases in the U.S. Malaysia, big place as far as geographically, the length of the country, it's quite long. So unless they're exhibiting issues, they should be all right. Keep in mind that there are, 77,000 confirmed cases. Maybe there's 100,000 more unconfirmed cases, maybe 200,000. There are 7 billion on the planet. Most of us don't have it, but we all should be worried about getting it. And you raise a very strong point, and I kind of wonder, wonder if that person should have been checked out, but I don't know. Bruce, you don't sound old at all, says Jason. Jason, the check's in the mail. Thank you for that. JRS, I'm very worried. I'm 76 years old. JRS, I hear you. Debbie, thumbs up for Bruce, dear friends. How many we got? How are we doing for thumbs ups, you guys? Let me know. Where are we at now? Who we got here? Steve Heller. It's not time for buffet food to be served by staff to avoid tainted utensils. I hear you there. Incubation at you saying, F is saying incubation could be 24 to 27 days. Yikes. You could be right. It could be that. I just don't know. Who's this? Leslie is saying, hello, Bruce. We provide safety supplies to the cruise line industry. All the respirators and what is that? Tyvek suits are gone. Nothing is available for months to come. Wow, that says it all, doesn't it? That says it all. It's that's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Liu Yong, is Barcelona round trip 7 days still safe in the beginning of March 2020? Well, at the moment, I'm not hearing any issues in Barcelona. But beginning of March, again, I'm not hearing any issues at this point in time. But I worry about, between now and a week from now, a month from now. But this is what you're going to have to keep an eye on. But right now, if I had a cruise out of Barcelona, I'd be going. I would be going. 267 thumbs ups. Donnell and Rob Slevin are telling me, thank you guys. Thank you so much. 33 away from 300. All of you out there giving me thumbs up. So thank you so much. I'm hoping to hit 300 on this live show, but something tells me we might be doing a lot more than that. And thank you, all of you, for giving my videos on this show thumbs up today. It really helps with the analytics. I appreciate it. What do we got? Scott J. Sorry for a repeat question. When will the link for Feb 21 group cruise be active? Should be active in the next couple of days. I just heard from Ambrin a couple of days ago. We've resolved an issue. We had an issue. I think someone asked me a week or so ago. I was talking about the group cruise we're doing this December. We think we're going December the 6th. And then we're doing a second group cruise next year in February. And we're on the Harmony of the Seas, and then we're on the Odyssey of the Seas. The Odyssey is a brand new ship. Will be delivered this November. Last week, our link wasn't working properly with the Ambrin folks. If you look down below this video in the description down below here, you'll find a link to the group cruise page. If you click on that, you might today see the link for both group cruises. If you don't and only see the Harmony group cruise, which is in December, within a few days from now, and I'm certain by next week, you will see the second group cruise popping up with information. So hang tough there. I will be heavily promoting this second group cruise starting in about a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. I'm very excited about both cruises. The first one's a 7-day cruise. The second one is an 8-day cruise. And we're going out of, I think, Fort Lauderdale to Grand Cayman, to Aruba, and to Cozumel. I'm very excited about all of that. Fantastic. Let's see here. Any more comments that I want to read? Some I don't want to read. Swiss Air to Venice. Where is that comment? Swiss Air to Venice in June. What do you think? SBB. I don't know what to think. I really don't know. Up until last week, I would have said, yeah, go, no problem. Make sure you have travel insurance in case you need to cancel or postpone. This next week will tell us everything regarding what's happening in Italy. The Italian authorities are desperately trying to shut this thing down in its tracks. I don't know if they're going to be successful. I just can't tell you. And I know that Venice had an issue this weekend. They had a carnival of some kind. I have a photo here. They had a carnival of some kind they were putting together. And here's sorry, let me just get this figured out. Sorry. There's the photo. They had a carnival in Venice this weekend, and they told they canceled it. Some of the residents they're wearing masks, walking around Venice right now, and the streets are very quiet. So there's already an effect being felt there. Here's another photo from Italy. They were canceling soccer matches. Can you imagine the NFL canceling NFL football games because of a virus? This is what's happening in Italy for soccer matches. It's the same seriousness. If Americans started having cancellations of football matches or baseball games, it would be making headline news. And that's what's happening here in Italy with regard to soccer. And I don't think this is a 1 week wonder. I think this is going to be quite some time. yet. I don't like what I see, and I don't like what I'm hearing, and I'm wondering about all of it. 282 thumbs ups. Thank you, Scott, for letting me know. Olympics question mark from Bruce Miller. I'm not sure. It might be that they won't be held. It's possible that they might postpone them for an entire year and have them in 2021, if at all. They might just skip them. I really don't know. It's really oh gosh, I can't tell you. Yeah. Um Scott, who's this? Steph K. More worried about Aruba and Bon airports being closed for our cruise in May than actually contracting the virus. Interesting comment. I thought, was there a strike going on? I thought I read something about a strike in was it Cozumel or Costa Maya by people on shore. There was some kind of strike going on, and cruise ships were avoiding the port. It might have been Costa Maya. I'm not sure. You can't trust the numbers. We have to see in Wuhan 51 crematory running 24 hours a day. 48 Pluto. I have no idea. Yeah, I can't trust the numbers either. Stephen, are they testing sample population in other countries to see if the virus is active, even though there are currently no symptoms? Stephen, I don't know. I'm not so sure what the deal is all of this. I don't know. 283 thumbs up. Thank you, JRS. Who's this here? Ben's Products. I would use this virus opportunity to book cruises at discount prices over the next couple of weeks. Only 9 new cases in China outside of Wuhan today. I don't know if I can believe that. I really don't know. But yeah, deals. There might be some deals. Billy is saying, I just saw Inside Edition with Deborah Norville. The Versace show in Italy, the girls were walking on the runway. There was not one spectator in the crowd. Or should I say no crowd? I know. They were closed to the public. It was just the models were only doing the show on television. It might have been a closed circuit feed, but literally they told the folks, don't come and we'll do the show without you. We'll just do the show on the runway and we'll have it recorded. And people didn't come in. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. It's pretty scary. And Serafina saying, wow, I just can't believe I've been watching TWB for a whole year. Still enjoying the channel very much. Thank you, Serafina. I can't believe I've been doing it for 2.5 years and I still enjoy it. August 2017 is when we started this show, this channel, and we've come a long way. It's changed a lot, hasn't it? Unbelievable. Worried about Hawaii and then leaking into the mainland from Bruce Miller. That's a good point. Daryl, will the Caribbean and Alaska be flooded with cruise ships this summer? Well, I can tell you that the Caribbean could handle an influx of cruise ships because usually cruise ships leave the Caribbean in the spring, head to Europe, and head to Alaska. If cruise ships don't leave the Caribbean or come from Europe to the Caribbean can handle them. The problem is in the fall. In the fall, the Caribbean will be receiving in all the cruise ships from Alaska, and everywhere else. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping here. But I'll tell you this much. Certain Caribbean countries, island nations, can only take so many ships at a time. And those slots are booked up. So there might be openings in May, June, July, and August, but there will be no openings in certain spots in November, December, January, February, and March. So there are 400 cruise ships out there, soon to be 450 cruise ships out there. They can't all come to the Caribbean. So they're going to have to find other places to sail, or they're going to have to be docked for a while. Let's see here. Let's see. Anyone else? Ben's Products. I'm going to definitely do a Caribbean cruise this spring. I'll book it last minute from Florida. Right on. Captain Stable MDR. Hi, Bruce. Recently learned that standard travel insurance does not cover losses caused by global health crisis, even if declared a public health emergency. I know the fine print on some of these insurance policies are so. Check with your insurance provider for protection, and let's see what happens from there. I'm, there might be some insurance companies going to try to wiggle out of it, but others may be very upfront about the fact that they're covering you no matter what. Steph K, a World Health Organization team led team of scientists just returned from China found that the epidemic in that country peaked and plateaued between Jan 23 and Feb 2 and has been declining steadily since then. Steph, I hope you're right. I sure hope this is true. I just don't know. U.S. is going to declare a pandemic in the near future. Emily is saying hello. Good evening, Bruce. Hi there. AFF is saying don't believe the WHO. Everyone has their thoughts. Hurricane season, Dutch. Yeah, Dutch, you got a good point there, buddy. If all these cruise lines are going to go to the Caribbean in late summer and fall, right in the middle of hurricane season, not necessarily the best place to go. Maybe the best place to go is the west coast of the USA, although they get hurricanes there too. Maybe South American cruises will pick up, but again, that depends if the virus spreads there or not. Africa, I wouldn't go anywhere near Africa, no matter what. I just don't think so. Yeah, we're going to have to see what happens with these ships. The beauty of cruise ships, of course, is they can go where it's safe. They can avoid bad weather. They can avoid hurricanes. They can avoid typhoons. But what they can't do is they cannot get into a country or into a region if a certain region of the world believes that your ship is infected or could be infected with ill people. You're not going to be allowed in. And this is what happened to the Westerdam a week and a half ago, while in Asia. They couldn't go to Taiwan. They couldn't go to the Philippines. Well, they went to Taiwan, then they were forbidden from coming back. Couldn't go back to Hong Kong, where they started from. Couldn't go to Japan, where they've been allowed to go. They were going to go to 4 stops. They couldn't go to any of those. Yokohama is going to be the new home port for the Westerdam. Couldn't go there. They couldn't go to Vietnam, any of the ports there. They weren't allowed into Indonesia. They weren't allowed into Thailand. And Cambodia finally allowed them in. And immediately the world, opinion thought, oh, you guys are crazy. You Cambodians are out of your mind. Stephen Miller says, Bruce, you have 289 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for throwing this channel a thumbs up tonight. Only 11 more needed to hit 300. Give me 300 today. That would be absolutely beautiful. I thank you very much. I saw the news tonight, Emily, saying that a region in Italy is trying to contain the coronavirus with 219 people and 5 dead. Very, very sad. Ben's products, it is overblown. Scientists have also said it affects Asians much more severely due to DNA differences compared to Caucasians. I don't know if that's true or not. Then why would Italians be suffering? Why Iranians? I don't know. I'm just not a medical expert on this one. Steph, Norwegian is selling 2-week cruises for $399, but taxes came out to $1,800 each. What's up with that? I tried doing mock booking on several of these discounts. Every time taxes were ridiculous. Steph, I don't know what to say. I'm shocked about that. I smelled something wrong in China here. I smell something very wrong. But I'll tell you that as we keep going here, I think these prices will be lower. JRS, 294 thumbs ups, Bruce. Absolutely, thank you. Donnell, 295. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. 315 people watching. Christine is telling me here. Thank you. I see, I think 321 or something, 316. Fantastic. Thank you for being here tonight for TWB. If any questions about the coronavirus, cruising in general, whatever, let me know. I've been speculating that cruise prices will drop because I think there's going to be a lower demand, number one. I think folks who have already booked cruises are going to cancel. That's already been happening. I think people who are booked and paid and can't cancel are going to not show up. They're just not going to go. In any event, I have a feeling that more and more cruise lines are going to pull out all stops to get us to take the bait and come on out. It's Jason 412. $200 on Norwegian next week. Taxes only $198 out of Miami. 300 thumbs ups. I hear from Emily and Scott. Thank you guys. This is great. Thank you all of you out there who have given my live show, thumbs ups today. 300 already. If we can make 350, that might be a record for my live show. That is absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I did notice today on the stock market, speaking of the stock market, let me just take a look at my iPhone here, and I will tell you what ended up happening on Wall Street today. The Royal Caribbean dropped $9.50 a share up to close at $96.91. The stock had a year high of $136 a share back in mid-January. So from mid-January till the mid-February, here we are in the latter part of February, 5 weeks, Royal Caribbean has gone from $136 a share down to $96 a share. Those are some hits. Norwegian dropped today $4.39. Doesn't sound like a lot. Closed at 42.58. That is a 10% drop today, just like Royal Caribbean dropped 10% today. Norwegian hit a high of 59.78 also in mid-January, only 5 weeks ago. Carnival owns Princess, Holland America, Cunard, and many other cruise lines. Carnival dropped today $3.93 to drop to $37.76. Carnival stock hit a high of $58.90 in mid-January. So from almost $59 a share to $37, $22 drop in value in 5 weeks for Carnival. The cruise lines are taking it on the chin today. Really, today was a one-day hit that they haven't had yet. They finally took a real beating today. The Dow, 1,032 points. Sounds like a lot, but it's actually only approximately a 3% drop in value. If I am correct, 3.5% drop in value. But other stocks that got hit, Target lost 2.7% today. JP Morgan, 2.7%. Costco dropped 2.5% in value, 2.6%. Walmart, almost 2% drop. Amazon dropped 4%. Why would Amazon drop 4% in value in one day? I'll tell you why. They're importing their goods from China. They're distributing goods made in China, and their distribution network might be interrupted. And that means you'll put in orders for products that are not in stock, and you're not going to wait weeks, which means Amazon will make money from you, but not as fast as they normally make it. That's going to affect the market. Alibaba, another online marketer based out of China, down 3%. Cisco down 5%. Microsoft down 4.3%. Apple down 4.75 percentage points. Why? Because these might be in short supply going forward for a while amongst all their other products made in China. Hello. NVIDIA down 7%, IBM down 2.2%, Bank of America down 4.7%, Goldman Sachs down 2.6%, Morgan Stanley down 5.2%. Why would these banks go down in value? They make all kinds of money from all kinds of money transactions. I just said the magic word, money transactions. If the business is going to slow down for every business, including tourism, online shopping, manufacturing, the banks are going to make less money because they're moving less money around and they're not offering as many loans as they could be because people aren't in need of loans. There also might be organizations out there that might have trouble repaying their loans on time, and that could also affect bank profits too. Foot Locker down 4.2%. The Walt Disney Company down 4.2%. We could have Disney properties closing in Europe. We already have a Disney property in Shanghai shutting down. What if the Japanese Disney World shuts down? What if France shuts down? We got us a problem, Houston. Disney will have a division leaking money. That will not be good. Facebook down 4.5%. Sun Life Financial down 2.5%. Tesla down 7% today. Mind you, they're hitting pretty high prices these days for Tesla, but Tesla's made in China. Could be in trouble. Yes, we are seeing stocks drop across the board today. Perhaps it's a one-day wonder. But I don't think so. I think we're in for a bit of a reality check here, in that we may find that U.S.-based corporations and other corporations listed on the New York Stock Exchange, on NASDAQ, on Amex, their numbers might be off a little bit. They may find that they're not going to make the numbers that they had predicted only 5-6 weeks ago to their Wall Street analysts. But I can tell you the Wall Street analysts have been behind the switch here, behind the 8 ball for weeks, been ignoring this reality by just looking at the charts and going, the stocks are at all-time highs. It's all great. Yeah, well, there's trouble in paradise, folks, and it might get worse. If this thing spreads out of Italy and starts hitting more European centers, and it becomes a what do they call that? You know what I mean? A real spread of this virus globally, business could be in trouble. And not just tourism, not just Disneyland, but manufacturing. And then we may have countries going into a bit of a recession here awful fast. And if China does not come out of this quickly, and a pandemic, thank you, JRS, can't think of that word right now. If China really sinks into an economic slump, this could affect markets for quite some time and quite severely. And No one predicted that it would be this bad this quickly, but it could be. Anyway, there you go. Arlene saying to me, I have a repositioning cruise in April, May, disembarking in Barcelona. I'm very concerned. Should we cancel or what? At the moment, I would still be going. But if the cruise line cancels, by the way, if Barcelona shuts down and Europe shuts down, the cruise line will probably cancel the repositioning cruise. They'll cancel it, and you'll be refunded in full. If they don't cancel it, they might take you to, say, Southampton and drop you off there. And then you can fly home from London. You have to just change your flights. You'll be compensated by the cruise line for that inconvenience. But if Europe is still up and running, then go and whatever your plans are. But govern yourself accordingly with respect to where is this virus moving on to. If it doesn't hit Spain, and that's where you're going to end up for a week after the cruise, great. Come home from Spain, should be fine. But if by the time your cruise is getting ready to start and cases are now beginning to show up, infections are beginning to show up in this region where you're headed to, then you may want to cancel. I don't want to say just a blanket don't go to everybody. I don't want to do that to you folks. It's just not my style. I'm not a travel agent. I'm not a health professional, but I am an observer from these sidelines, and I'm seeing and hearing a lot of disturbing news. But be sure to have insurance, and then really decide what you want to do next. And I just saw a little message come through. Let me just double check something here. I've got something coming in here, and I want to double check, make sure I'm on top of this message, and we're on top of all the news in the meantime. Just wait for my phone to give me this news here. Sorry, folks. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. Okay. This is a message from Caitlin from Ambrin Travel regarding the group cruises I'm doing. We're doing the first group cruise this December. We're looking to do the second group cruise next November on the Odyssey of the Seas. Message, Bruce, please announce the people booked on Harmony. If you've already booked on my first group cruise, you can contact Ambrin Travel anytime you want on that 904 number we have, which is just available here. Let me just double check here. Sorry, folks. Here we go, and I'll double check this right over here, and here we go. Ambrin Travel. See the number there, 904-800 number. Those of you who are booked on the Harmony of the Seas group cruise, if you want to go on the second group cruise, you can contact your agent right now or tomorrow during business hours on that number, and everyone will they will take care of your bookings. Next week, Monday, the link will be opened by Ambrin Travel regarding the second group cruise, and all the information will be available for all of you who are not yet booked on the first group cruise. Those of you who are booked on the first group cruise are being given priority by Ambrin to book right away on the Odyssey of the Seas. And like I say, I would love to have you join us on the second group cruise. Give them a call, and they will take care of you right now. So there's the latest from Caitlin. Thanks, Caitlin, for mentioning that for me. She might be watching me. Hi, Caitlin, if you're here. If you want to see the link to the group cruise, all of you out there who are curious about my group cruises, here's the link to Ambrin Travel. Otherwise, you'll see it down below in the description, and you can pop over there anytime you like. All the information about the first group cruise is available there, starting this December the 6th until the 13th, leaving Port Canaveral for Coco Cay, St. Thomas, St. Kitts. We're going to have some fun, and would love to have you join me for that. Okay. Fantastic. Back to the comments. Any more comments here? Let's see. Shannon is talking about my little unit. Okay. This unit right here, if you don't know what this is, if you're just joining me now and you're wondering, what is this thing Bruce has here? This is an amplifier made of solid wood for your iPhone. It's got my logo on the back. It's got the logo on the front. And right here, your iPhone fits. And I'll tell you that, folks, it's designed to just stand flat on your table, your counter, whatever you're using. And in effect, you just pop it in here, and it'll stay standing up. You can actually lean it back slightly. You might not notice this, but it actually does sit back a little bit. But this, you play any music you have or any one of my videos, and the sound comes out of your phone on the bottom, goes through here, comes out here, out of this little hole right here, a little amplification, and it'll blare your phone out over your deck or your office or wherever you want to use it in your kitchen. And we're going to make these available on TWB through a donation system through my PayPal channel. We'll probably set that up in about the next week to 2 weeks. These are handmade by Marshall here in Creston out of real Canadian wood. And they're lovingly hand designed, and we will ship them through the U.S. postal system for my American friends and the Canadian postal system to my Canadian friends. We have to figure out the pricing of these things. It's like I say, it's going to be done through a donation scenario through PayPal. And stay tuned to the channel for this. Jennifer and I are traveling out tomorrow out of Creston. We are headed to the USA. We're working our way south to Phoenix to spend some time with some friends of ours for a few days, and then we're working our way back here. We're going to be gone just short of 2 weeks. Next Monday, I'll be on for both shows, 7 o'clock for sponsor members for the pregame show, and 8 o'clock for the regular show from Buckeye, Arizona next Monday night. And the Monday after that, I'll be right here back in Canada, broadcasting from this seat right here. And that's when I will tell you all about this. And we'll have the logistics figured out for you, pricing and all that stuff. Because this is being made by hand and being done by a craftsman, this is not being made in China. It's not being made in a factory. These are being made one by one. And what I want to do is want to get some orders for them assembled first, and then I'll give Marshall the green light. Marshall, make 10 of them, make 6 of them, make 9 of them, make 2 of them, make 15 of them. I have no idea how many will be wanted. And then I can get Marshall doing that, and then we'll figure out the delivery of them to you, addressing and everything else. I'm going to have to ship them myself from through here from the U.S. side. We're going to have to do these on a one-on-one basis. So I'm not expecting 100 orders for these, maybe 6, 10, I don't know. And I'll let you in on that. Okay. So if you have an interest in this unit, great. I'll be showing this one off every Monday night, but not next Monday, because this is going to stay here. I'm not taking this with me down to the States. Okay, guys? Thank you very much. 307 thumbs ups now from JRS telling me we have 307. Thank you, all of you out there who've been giving me thumbs ups tonight for this show. I really appreciate it. I think that's about it. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight and tolerating this long-winded show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting. Not too depressing. I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Debbie, for our vacay. Like I say, I'll be working on the road. I'm taking my computer with me. The microphone is coming. The webcam is coming. The light not. I'm leaving my light here. But I will be cranking out videos from the road on whatever needs to be updated. So you probably won't notice too much of a difference on the channel's activities. But I thank you, all of you who have been following me. Those of you who are already sponsor members, thank you so much. Those of you who are going to become sponsor members down the road, I welcome you with open arms. It really helps this channel diversify away from just commercials on the show, because I have no idea when I make a video whether or not YouTube is going to monetize it or not. Lately, they've been unmonetizing virtually everything I've been making because it's too controversial a topic. They say, although on CNN you can watch the story about the Diamond Princess cruise ship followed by a cruise ship commercial. I'm certain that cruise lines would love to be advertising on this show, on this channel, before, during, and after my videos, but they can't. YouTube won't let them. They've shut down advertising on anything to do with the virus. And so I'm working for a greatly reduced fee right now. Nothing I can do about it. So again, thank you, all of those of you out there who are supporting this channel. Okay, I've bored you enough. I've begged you enough for support. I'm going to leave it at that. I want to wish you all a great evening. Thank you for joining me this week. Thank you for the thumbs ups. I really appreciate it. We hit over 300 on this show today. This is awesome. I will see you next Monday live at 7 o'clock Eastern and 8 o'clock Eastern, depending if you're a sponsor member or not. And keep an eye on the channel in the meantime for updates and videos as I keep doing what I can on updating you on what's going on out there. I really appreciate you so much for that. Have a great time and safe travels to us. Good week to all of you. Emily, thank you. Never boring. Norman is here. And KK McKay, you too. Great show, says Brittany. Thank you all for all of that. Bob says you got 305 on the way out. Thank you for that. We take the thumbs ups and run with them as far as we can. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you for being here. We'll see you live next Monday from Arizona, and the week after that, right here in good old Creston, BC. Jason Kimmons, a new follower. Thank you, Jason, for being here. Love to have you here. Troy H is here. Philly Girl is here and was here. Fitzroy was here. Thank you guys for all your support and popping in. I appreciate it. Sorry I can't read all your comments. They just come in too fast, too quick. But stay strong, everybody, says Kittens. And I say the same thing to all of you. And we'll catch you next week. Okay, guys, thank you. And I'm out of here. Bye for now. End broadcast.